So I got this issue with rebuking storms. I don't understand how we develop this principle that we can rebuke any storm that we feel like just because we only saw Jesus do it one time. We only saw him do it once. So let me just read a little bit, okay? We need to pay attention to how Jesus treats his disciples in both accounts of there being strong winds or storms, okay? First, Jesus is not with the disciples on the boat in the second account. So there's two accounts where Jesus is on the boat, and then there's one where he's not on the boat. So I'm focusing on the second account really quickly. This means that the disciples will not have an opportunity to put in a request for him to do something about the storm because Jesus wasn't in the boat this time, all right? So Jesus being at a distance, this now becomes a moment that shows that Jesus wasn't trying to blow the storm away. Jesus never intended for us to develop a doctrine of rebuking storms. I don't know how he did this, but I think the fact that he wasn't in the boat the second time lets me know that he didn't want them to just rebuke it. All right. But the storm was an obstacle. Okay. So the fact that Jesus is allowing them to go through a storm a second time indicates that he expects them to have a response that's different from the first. It has to be a different response. He has to be expecting it. Why? Because he's a teacher. I'm a teacher. I understand this philosophy because I'm a teacher. You hold back a test because you expect there to be a certain type of response to the test or the trial, all right? But finally, we must understand that because Jesus allows them to encounter a second storm, that means the disciples' faith must be tested. Their fortitude must be tested. Thus, we can conclude that Jesus not only rebuked the previous storm, okay, but he also set an appointment for the disciples to go through a second storm under different circumstances. So I don't understand why we think we can just rebuke storms when we feel like it, when the reality is some storms we're not ready for, God's gonna handle that. But if there's a storm that we're supposed to be ready for, I don't think God is going to allow us to just rebuke it.